You are not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you. Every time you hesitate to believe in yourself, every time you speak words of doubt, every time you think small about your own potential, you delay what has already been set in motion for you. The universe has been ready. The energy has been ready. The opportunities have been ready. But they are all waiting for the moment when your belief matches your divine assignment. Nothing changes until your words and your vibration align with what you truly desire. The universe is a mirror. It reflects not what you want, but what you are in alignment with. If you constantly speak limitation, you will see limitation. If you walk around expecting disappointment, you will attract situations that affirm that belief. But when you decide to speak life, to speak abundance, to speak power, the mirror shifts. Suddenly, the energy around you starts reflecting your higher self, the one who knows that all things are possible. You become a magnet for what you once thought was out of reach, not because you forced it, but because you finally aligned with it. This is not magic, and it's not luck. It's divine law. The same way gravity pulls everything downward, the spiritual law of vibration pulls everything into alignment with its matching frequency. You can't expect joy while radiating fear. You can't expect peace while feeding chaos. The universe only knows how to respond to vibration, and the vibration you send out through your words, emotions, and focus is the one it echoes back to you. That's why awareness is everything. You have to pay attention to what you're sending out every single morning. When you open your eyes, the first words you speak carry massive power. The first thoughts that run through your mind become the instruction manual for your day. Most people start their morning reacting to the world, checking their phone, reading bad news, replaying yesterday's problems, and then they wonder why their day feels heavy and out of balance. But when you start your morning speaking directly to the universe with faith and clarity, you tell creation exactly what to deliver to you. You become intentional with your energy instead of random with your emotions. Imagine waking up tomorrow and saying with boldness, "Everything I need today is already coming my way. I am in harmony with divine order. My steps are guided, my mind is clear, my heart is open." Those words are not wishful thinking. They are commands that reprogram your spiritual atmosphere. Each declaration becomes a seed, and once planted, the universe goes to work orchestrating the people, places, and moments that match your new vibration. The world doesn't change by accident. It changes when your energy sends out new instructions. For too long, people have believed they have to chase what's meant for them, but you don't chase energy, you align with it. You don't force blessings, you attract them by becoming the version of yourself that's ready to receive them. The reason the universe seems silent for some is because they keep broadcasting confusion, one moment full of faith, the next full of fear. But once your signal becomes clear, once your intention stops wavering, the universe responds with precision. What you once had to run after begins to run toward you. You must understand that you are a co-creator, not a bystander. The same divine energy that built galaxies and oceans is flowing through you. When you speak with authority, you awaken that energy. You are not begging life to change, you are commanding alignment. Every time you say, "I am ready," you are shifting the atmosphere around you. The universe doesn't move because you wish, it moves because you decide. And the moment you decide, everything that matches your decision begins moving in your direction. This is why faith is the foundation of everything. You can't see the full picture, but you must believe it's already forming. The unseen is always working faster than the seen. When you trust the process, you release resistance. And when resistance is gone, flow begins. You don't have to know how it will happen. You just have to believe that it's already happening. Faith opens the door that logic keeps locked. The universe doesn't operate on sight, it operates on belief. If you can shift your belief for just 2 days, if you can start your morning with conviction instead of confusion, you'll begin to see how responsive life truly is. The universe has been waiting for you to step into certainty, to command what you want with gratitude, not fear. You are surrounded by abundance that's trying to reach you, but it can't until you speak from the place of knowing instead of hoping. Every word you say either invites or blocks that flow. The power is already in you, waiting to be activated through your words, thoughts, and emotions. The moment you stop waiting for external change and start shifting internal energy, everything begins to rearrange itself in your favor. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the author of alignment. The universe is not ignoring you. It's responding to your last command. When you begin to speak from truth, from faith, from divine certainty, the universe will start to move mountains to make room for your belief. Your first thoughts each morning are not random, they are blueprints. The energy you release when you wake up sets the tone for every experience that follows. Most people underestimate the spiritual power of the morning. They think it's just another day, another routine, another chance to survive. But every sunrise is a divine invitation to rewrite your vibration. When you open your eyes, the universe is listening, waiting for you to declare what kind of day it should deliver. You either command your day or your day commands you. Every morning is a blank canvas and your words are the brush. Some people start painting with doubt, fear, and worry, and they wonder why their picture looks so dark. Others wake up and speak life, gratitude, and purpose, and their world begins to glow. The difference isn't luck, it's alignment. You have the same 24 hours, the same sunlight, the same air, but your results depend on what energy you choose to release into the atmosphere before anything else can speak over your day. There is a reason why the morning is sacred. It's the moment when your spirit is most connected, before the noise of the world rushes in. What you whisper to yourself before the day begins becomes the rhythm your soul dances to for the next 24 hours. If you wake up saying, "I'm tired, I'm behind, I can't catch up," you invite exhaustion and frustration to walk with you. But if you declare, "I'm prepared, I'm guided, I'm favored," then favor begins following your steps. The universe mirrors what you send out in faith, not what you feel in fear. You must guard your mornings like treasure. Before you open your phone, before you scroll through what everyone else is doing, take a moment to speak into your own life. The world will always try to tell you who you are and what you lack. But the morning is your time to remind yourself of what's already within you. You are powerful, you are chosen, and you are capable of shaping the outcome of your day before it even unfolds. When you speak with authority in the morning, your day bends to your declaration. Think about how many days have started in chaos simply because you reacted instead of created. The moment you wake up, your mind is a garden. If you plant negative thoughts, the weeds grow fast. But if you plant gratitude, peace, and purpose, that energy multiplies and surrounds you. The universe amplifies whatever you nurture. So if you want your day to move in divine flow, you have to speak divine language. Every word you say is a seed, and the morning is the most fertile ground. You cannot rise in power if your first words every day are complaints. Every complaint weakens your spirit, while every declaration strengthens it. Your voice carries creative force. It builds worlds, shapes outcomes, and calls things into existence. When you understand that your words are not casual, but creative, you start to speak with intention. You realize the morning is not the time to speak what you see, but to speak what you want to see. You are not describing your reality, you are designing it. There is something sacred about stillness before the world wakes up. In that silence, you can hear guidance more clearly. You can feel divine presence more deeply. You can realign your energy before distractions dilute your focus. That stillness is not empty. It's full of possibility. The universe whispers in that space, but only if you're willing to listen. Your morning routine doesn't have to be complex. It only needs to be intentional. A few minutes of faith-filled speech can shift the entire frequency of your day. Many people underestimate how repetition shapes reality. When you declare something powerful 2 mornings in a row, you're not just forming a habit, you're forming alignment. The universe recognizes consistency. It recognizes faith repeated. Every morning you repeat your affirmations, you reinforce your belief. It's not about saying something once, it's about saying it until your energy and actions reflect it. The words you speak repeatedly become the reality you live repeatedly. The reason 2 days of intentional speech can begin to change everything is because energy responds instantly when faith is pure. You don't need years to shift your vibration. You only need belief without contradiction. When you start your morning speaking from your higher self, your day unfolds differently. The traffic doesn't bother you. Opportunities seem to find you, and peace replaces anxiety. You didn't change the world, you changed the frequency you were broadcasting to it. So when the sun rises and light fills your room, remember, that moment isn't ordinary. It's an invitation to command the day before the world commands you. The universe listens most clearly when your mind is quiet and your heart is open. Speak words that build, not break. Speak promises, not problems. The moment you do, everything in creation begins to move in harmony with your declaration, rearranging your day to mirror the power you released when you first opened your eyes. When you speak with authority, you are not just making sound, you are releasing power. Words are not empty, they are containers of energy, carrying either fear or faith. Every syllable you release carries intention, and the universe listens to the vibration behind it more than the sound itself. When you say something with doubt, it falls flat. But when you say something with conviction, it echoes through unseen realms. Your words either command creation or allow confusion. That's why the way you speak in the morning can change the trajectory of your entire life. Most people speak about what they don't want and then wonder why those things keep showing up. They say, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to fail. I don't want to be alone. And then they attract the very energy they fear. The universe doesn't understand, it only understands focus. When your words are filled with fear, the focus is still on the negative. But when you speak what you want, clearly, boldly, unapologetically, you shift your energy toward creation instead of resistance. You have to stop speaking like a victim and start speaking like a creator. Victims describe what they see. Creators declare what they believe. The moment you stop complaining and start commanding, you change your vibration. Complaining keeps you tied to your current situation, but commanding opens the door to transformation. When you speak with authority, you remind the universe that you are in partnership with it, not begging for change, but participating in it. There's a reason some people seem to manifest faster than others. It's not luck, it's certainty. When you speak from a place of knowing instead of hoping, your energy becomes magnetic. The universe recognizes confidence because confidence is alignment. You're not just saying words, you're broadcasting truth. You're sending out a frequency that says, I already am what I seek. And once that vibration becomes consistent, the external world begins to shift to match it. Faith-filled words carry the power to rewrite reality. When you say, I am favored, the universe doesn't check your bank account or your past mistakes. It checks your frequency. It looks for belief. When you say, I am guided, it begins to send signs and synchronicities that prove it. Your words are like keys. They unlock specific doors in your path. The more you speak from alignment, the more doors begin to open, not because the opportunities weren't there before, but because now your energy is finally matching their frequency. You can't whisper doubt and expect the universe to shout blessings. The energy you send out has to match what you expect to receive. If your words are filled with uncertainty, your results will be unstable. But when you speak with power, when you speak with authority, you create clarity in the atmosphere. The universe moves fastest when the signal it receives from you is clear and unwavering. You don't have to shout to be heard. You just have to believe what you're saying. Every powerful word you speak becomes a seed in the soil of time. Some seeds sprout quickly, while others grow in silence. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your words have failed. Faith-filled speech creates a ripple effect that moves through invisible realms long before it reaches the visible. That's why you have to keep speaking life even when nothing around you has changed. Your consistency keeps the energy flowing until manifestation catches up with your declaration. When you speak with authority, you are activating a spiritual law that never fails, the law of correspondence. As within, so without. The outer world rearranges itself according to the inner conviction you hold. If you keep repeating your affirmations with power and belief, your mind begins to accept them as truth, and your actions start to align. Soon, what you once said as affirmation becomes reality because your entire being now operates from that truth. The way you speak reveals what you truly believe about yourself. If your words are small, it means your belief is small. But if your words are bold, your energy expands to match them. You must give yourself permission to speak with authority even when your circumstances haven't caught up yet. Speak from your future, not your fears. When you declare from the energy of who you are becoming, the universe moves to make that version of you real. This is not about pretending or ignoring reality. It's about speaking a higher reality into existence. Every powerful statement is a reminder that you are not powerless. You are not waiting for miracles, you are the miracle. Every word you say sends instructions to the unseen world to begin working in your favor. The universe responds to faith, not frustration. So every morning, when you speak with authority and conviction, remember that you are not just talking, you are creating. Energy is the language of the universe, and you are speaking it whether you realize it or not. Every emotion, every thought, every word you release becomes a signal that the universe translates into experience. You don't attract what you say you want. You attract what you believe you already are. When your energy is scattered, confused, or fearful, life seems to mirror that confusion back to you. But when your energy is clear, calm, and confident, everything around you begins to organize itself to match that clarity. The universe is not ignoring you. It's simply responding to the frequency you're transmitting. Attraction begins the moment alignment is established. You cannot attract abundance from a mindset of lack. nor can you attract peace from a heart full of worry. The vibration of your thoughts determines what you pull toward you. When you vibrate at a high frequency, gratitude, love, faith, you begin to pull in situations and people who operate on that same level. That's why certain opportunities seem to appear. When you're in flow, they didn't appear by chance. They were always there, waiting for you to become the version of yourself who could see and receive them. You don't have to chase what's already aligned with you. Chasing implies separation, but alignment creates attraction. The more you chase, the more you confirm that what you want is far from you. But the moment you stop running and start believing that it's already on its way, the energy shifts. You start to move differently, think differently, and respond differently. You begin to attract instead of pursue. The people who achieve extraordinary things understand this truth. They don't run after success. They embody the energy of success until it finds them. Your energy is like a magnet. It doesn't pull what you command. It pulls what you carry. If you carry fear, you'll attract situations that feed it. If you carry confidence, you'll attract opportunities that match it. That's why working on your inner vibration is more important than chasing external results. You can work hard with the wrong energy and still block your blessings. But when your energy is right, things that once seemed hard begin to happen effortlessly. The flow of the universe becomes your natural rhythm. When you align with peace, you stop forcing outcomes. Forcing is a signal of doubt. It says, I don't believe this will happen unless I make it happen. But alignment says, I trust that what's mine will come to me in divine timing. That trust is what opens the gates. You stop wasting energy trying to control everything and start using that energy to prepare yourself for what's coming. The universe works best when you relax into trust. Faith creates flow, control creates resistance. You are always sending a message with your energy. Every time you think a thought, you broadcast a frequency. Every time you speak, you strengthen that frequency. The question is not whether the universe is responding, it's what you're teaching it to respond to. If your energy says, I'm not enough, it will mirror lack. If your energy says, I am chosen, it will mirror favor. Energy cannot lie, and the universe cannot ignore it. It simply reflects you back to yourself in the form of experiences. When your energy is clean, meaning you've released doubt, fear, and comparison, you begin to notice how fast things shift. The conversations you have become more meaningful, the people you meet seem divinely timed, and doors open that once felt sealed. Nothing outside of you changed, your vibration did. You started operating from a place of confidence and gratitude instead of worry and impatience. And that change in your energy became the bridge between where you were and where you were meant to be. Even your body responds to energy alignment. When you're vibrating in peace and gratitude, your posture straightens and your breathing slows and your presence becomes magnetic. People feel it before they understand it. That's why someone who walks in true confidence doesn't need to speak loudly. Their energy speaks first. You don't have to announce alignment. It reveals itself through your calmness, your patience, and your unwavering faith. The energy you embody communicates more than any words ever could. You are not meant to fight your way to success. You are meant to flow toward it. Life was never designed to be a struggle. Struggle only appears when you're moving against your natural rhythm. The more you align, the less resistance you face. You begin to understand that everything has a timing and that the universe knows when to deliver what you're ready for. Energy alignment doesn't mean you do nothing. It means everything you do is guided by clarity, peace, and purpose. The moment you stop chasing and start aligning, the atmosphere around you begins to rearrange itself. Situations that once seemed impossible start unfolding easily. The same effort now produces greater results because it's powered by belief instead of desperation. Energy doesn't lie. It multiplies what you give it. When you give it faith, it returns miracles. When you give it trust, it returns flow. And when you give it alignment, it returns everything that was already written for you. Faith is the invisible engine behind everything that moves in your favor. It is not something you see. It is something you know deep inside, long before there's any evidence. Faith is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you are destined to be. When you act in faith, you are telling the universe that you trust its timing, even when nothing seems to make sense. You release the need to control, to overthink, to manipulate outcomes. Instead, you operate with the confidence that what's meant for you is already forming in the unseen. That invisible belief is what activates visible change. Faith is not a feeling, it's a decision. Feelings fluctuate. Some mornings you wake up inspired, other mornings you wake up uncertain. But faith remains constant when you choose to stand firm in what you know, not what you see. Most people abandon their faith the moment things look difficult, but those who keep believing through uncertainty open doors that logic could never explain. The universe does not respond to emotions of doubt. It responds to the consistency of belief. Every time you hold your ground in faith, you reinforce your spiritual alignment. When you operate in faith, you stop fighting for proof and start walking in peace. You stop needing validation from the outside world because you already carry the confirmation within. The peace that comes with faith is powerful. It's not passive, it's productive. It allows you to stay focused, calm, and patient while everything around you adjusts to the frequency you've set. Faith doesn't eliminate challenges, but it transforms how you experience them. It reminds you that every obstacle is simply a test of alignment, not a sign of failure. True faith creates movement. When you believe deeply, your actions naturally align with that belief. You begin to speak differently and make bolder decisions and carry yourself with quiet authority. Faith makes you magnetic because it projects certainty into the world, and certainty draws outcomes. The universe recognizes the energy of someone who knows who they are and where they're going. That energy creates momentum, and that momentum attracts the very things you've been praying for. Faith doesn't sit still. It builds momentum through expectation. The moment you start trusting divine timing, you stop rushing. Rushing comes from fear that something won't happen if you don't make it happen right now. But faith knows that what's yours can't miss you. It's not delayed, it's being prepared. When you truly trust divine order, you stop forcing outcomes and start flowing with purpose. Everything you do becomes more intentional, more peaceful, more guided. You realize that every delay carries a hidden blessing, every detour hides a deeper direction, and every closed door is redirecting you towards something greater. The difference between faith and doubt is vibration. Doubt pulls your energy down while faith lifts it higher. Doubt creates noise in your mind that blocks clarity, but faith creates silence that allows intuition to speak. When you live by faith, you start to recognize the signs the universe sends you, the right people crossing your path, the sudden ideas that appear, the small nudges that push you forward. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your belief is creating movement in unseen dimensions. Faith is the language that tells the universe you are ready. You cannot fake it because energy doesn't lie. The vibration of faith feels grounded, peaceful, and certain.